Join us. It is day 2 of Cain's 2-week board and train program. Today he's going to be introduced to the come and place command and continue with his follow and break. And here we go. What is the come command? The come command is if you extended your arms out in front of you and at your fingertips drew an imaginary circle around your body. This is the defined space. When I ask Cain to come, he must come within this space. You'll see me just touch him. That's to let him know that he's completed the command. Cain, come. Now when he's in the circle, the defined space, again, it doesn't matter if he sits, stands, or downs, just so he doesn't leave the circle. And if you want to check where he is in the circle, whether he's in or out, you can just extend your hand. If you can't touch the dog, then he's outside of the circle and you'll need to call him again. Once he's completed the come command, you're going to go ahead. You can either put him in a break or follow whatever commands he knows at that point. So we're just going to go ahead and go, Cain, break. Good boy. Good job, Cain. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue to work on our sit and wait. Cain, sit, wait. And by walking around and my body moving, I'm actually adding distraction, the leash swinging, all of those things come into play in terms of distractions, which are classified as low distractions at this point. We're inside a training room. There's just me here. There's no other distractions other than the ones that I create. Okay, so I'm going to ask him to wait. Give him the hand signal. Didn't do the verbal. You saw his head start to drop, so you'll want to be on it. Wait. So I'm going to ask him to wait again. Sit. Wait. Building up that duration. I don't want any rotation in place. His head can move, but not his lower body. So I'm going to go ahead before my feet start to move. I'm going to ask him to wait. It's much better. Let's see if we can get another rotation in. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to go to the end of the leash. Cain, come. Cain, sit. Cain, wait. And if you see him start to rotate or that, you gotta be on it. Cain, come. And I'm showing him what I want. So there's a button push, there's a verbal, there's some leash guidance. He's in the defined space. I touched him. He completed the command, just a couple seconds. And I'm going to go ahead and go, Cain, break. Good boy, Cain. Good job. And that's the beginning of come. What is the place command? The place command is a boundary training command. With training, I start with a bed cot. This is a 30 by 30. It has a very defined boundary. It is elevated, which helps the dog learn the initial command. What's so great about it is it can be extrapolated to a dog bed, a park bench, or a boulder if you're outside. You do not need to use the wait or stay command with the place because the boundary defines the space which the dog is not supposed to leave. Because the dog does not know what the object is initially, you will see dogs just walk around the outside of the board. The goal is for the dog to walk across this place cot on all 4 sides. And here we go with the place command. And as you can see, he is just following me around the object. Let's see if he'll cross across the object. No, and this is just with slight tension on the leash to guide him, so he does not have a comfort level with the object. Let me go ahead and bend down on the object. He's sad. Most dogs, when your feet move, they move with you. When they stop, and I stop, they either sit, they down, they stand. That's fine. That's pretty normal for a dog. I've sat on the object just to give him an indication that the object is a good thing. So let's go ahead and see if we can progress him in his ability to walk across the object. And just using leash guidance. Good boy. And you can see it's getting easier and easier. He's crossing over that board, really good. Goal is to drop out the leash guidance. Good. Okay, watch my hand. Okay, he's going across the other side. I'm not using any leash guidance with my left hand. And I'm going to go ahead and slack the leash. See, he's walking across the board. Let's go ahead and try this side. Good boy, Cain. Good boy. There we go. Nice slack leash. He's getting a really good comfort level with the board. There we go. Good boy. Good job, Cain. There we go. Good job. Now let's try this one. Good boy. Good job. Here you go, Cain. Good. We're going to go ahead and good job. Okay, so I am going to take note of the volume and tone of my voice. Good. And try using different levels of voice and tone with him and see if we can get some more help to him communication-wise. Okay, very good. Very good. So you can see where we started initially with leash guidance and then slack leash, hands off, and he's walking across the object by himself. And he did a really good job, Cain. Good boy, good job. And there we go with the initial introduction to place. We're going to go ahead and progress the place command. He walked across the board, so the next step is to have him actually get on the board and pause, maybe a nanosecond. We'll see how long he will pause before he goes off of the board. And again, I'm just evaluating at this point his comfort level and just doing some basic fundamental object is a good object, just some psychological to help him get past what this object is. Okay, so he's up on the board. And I'm going to go ahead and give his break command. Cain, break. Good boy. Okay, so let's go again. Okay, so what he is processing, which is helpful to me, is that when my feet are moving, he's moving with me. When my feet stop, he stops. So as I'm using the follow command to come around to the board, which he climbed up on, my feet stop, so he's sad. So you'll see how all of the communication and all of the commands and your body language, your volume and tone of voice, all of it just comes together during training. There's a lot going on to help him process through all of this communication to get us distance, duration, and distractions as we go forward each day. Okay, so let's use our follow command. Cain, follow. And I'm going to go ahead and walk around the board here. And we're going to go ahead and have him notice the leash is slack. and he chooses to sit, that's fine. Doesn't matter, just so he doesn't leave the defined edge. As you may notice, I haven't added the command yet. I haven't gone at distance. You want to start out really simple, set the dog up for success, don't ask too much of the dog, and go ahead and do a couple of repetitions, and then off we go to the next step. Let's give a break though. Cain, break. Good boy, Cain, good job. What a good boy. A little break for him. Okay, let's break it down to the next step of him learning the place command. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a step or two away from the board. Now my feet are gonna move, so you're gonna see his back end come up and he's gonna wanna move with me. So what I'm teaching is that he has to remain on the board until another command is given. In this case, I haven't taught the come command yet off of place, so I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to use his BREAK command along with his the hand signal that he knows. Place. Good. Okay, so I just used some leash guidance to help him back up onto the board. And as you notice, I'm kind of walking back and forth. I'm evaluating whether he understood that he's supposed to stay on the board when my feet are moving. So I want to remain close by to help him with some leash guidance in case that didn't process. Poodles are very smart, so there's not really a lot of repetitions in place for a lot of commands. Usually the challenge becomes, in his case, the baggage that he came to with me on day 1 and the onion we were peeling back. He's not a very confident dog, so we're working on training to build that confidence up, which I know I'm going to see him blossom in the coming days, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay, so here we go. And you can see that when you step forward, you're adding spatial pressure. I pivoted on this leg. So what you saw was his back end come up, and as soon as I stepped back, it creates spatial pressure and he sat back down. So he's processing all of this information. Okay, so I'm just gonna walk around the board here. Again, just evaluating. Awesome. So he's staying put, just his head is rotating. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go break. Good boy, Cain, good job. What a good boy. Let's go ahead and continue with the next step. Just adding distance. Perfect. The leash swinging is a distraction. Perfect. That's perfect. So we're gonna go break. Good boy. Okay, so let's move into our follow command for a moment. And let's go ahead and have him get back up on the board. And again, I still haven't added the word, teaching the behavior first and then adding the word place toward 3/4 toward the end of all the steps that I'm going through. Okay, so let's follow. Remember, at this point on day 2, he only knows follow, break, Cain, place. Okay, so I'm going to use some leash guidance. I've added the word place, And again, it doesn't matter if he sits, stands, or lays down on the board. So that was the next step, to show him the body language, which I'm using my right foot one step. I'm pointing with my finger toward the object. And that was the first time I used the place, so I'm guiding him onto the board. Okay, break. Good boy, Cain. Good job. What a good boy. Okay, and we're gonna have a little break.